Welcome to Breakthrough. This is Sharon Joseph, host of Breakthrough and the CEO of SAJ Consulting Services. Breakthrough is all about bringing you tips, tools, and insights for life. Again, I'm your host, Sharon Joseph from SAJ Consulting Services, where I help people live and lead with passion for their purpose. How do I do that? Through coaching, assessments, and helping people build their confidence, communication, and leadership skills. And I help businesses grow through consulting, training, assessments, and giving them strategic direction. How can you reach me? Well, you can reach me through my website at SharonAJoseph.com. I am so excited. We are celebrating 1 year of broadcasting. Right. And now the only thing I'm celebrating with, or if you may, the only type of celebration you may see is something like this. Oh, it shows white there, but it's actually colorful. So that didn't really work out the way I planned it. But fact is that's the only thing that you'd know that there is a celebration going on because it's like a multicolor light thing there. But I'm so excited because this is a really special day. And today I've got a guest in studio with me. She's here to celebrate with me. Her name is Mary Dreslazak, and she is the host of People Who Inspire. I was recently interviewed on her program, and what an honor that was. And today she's hanging out with me in studio as we celebrate our first anniversary here on Breakthrough. Now, as I said, today I'm celebrating my first year of Breakthrough, and it's a happy and sad occasion. And I really hope I can get through this without, bucket of tears or something. But it's happy and sad because when I began Breakthrough last year at the beginning, or just as the pandemic began, I was really broken. But Breakthrough has been, for me, more than a broadcast, more than sharing with you. It's been basically a therapy session for me. When I began, I felt broken, I felt bruised and afraid. And you were like the healing balm to me. You helped me to heal every week when I prepared and came here and sat before you and shared. Broadcasting and sharing with you was the way I felt loved and embraced by you while I healed. I was healing from a horrible, abusive, narcissistic relationship where mental illness was involved. And basically, you helped me through, I believe, one of the most difficult times of my life. Oh my goodness. So I want to say thank you. You just being there really, truly helped me. So today, as I celebrate this milestone, I celebrate you. Thank you. Every time you shared my link, every time you joined me live, every time you give me some hearts, some comments, some love, every time you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you were helping me to heal. So today I celebrate you and I celebrate my healing. I am so excited. Oh my goodness, I can hardly contain myself. It's been a year, 51 weeks of broadcasting, of preparing and broadcasting, and it hasn't always been easy. It is very time consuming because I respect and honor you so much that I always wanted to make sure I had the best research and that I really invested in me, preparing me so I can be ready for you. So thank you. Every time you decide to work on your purpose, you could be challenged. But the objective is to keep moving even when you feel challenged. Thank you so much. Thank you for being there. Thank you for sharing your points of view with me. Hey, listen, remember, every time you share or you decide to live purposely and share yourself with someone else, to talk to someone and try to understand their point of view, or you may not understand what they're wearing, their accent, where they came from, their culture. You may not understand a lot of that, but by you just putting yourself out there and trying to understand them and understand their point of view, you are living purposefully. Every time you decide to love people who you think are unlovable, and every time you reach people, reach people who the society believe are unreachable or bums, as they say in some places. Every time you decide to live with CIA principles, that's my acronym for living with character, integrity, and a good, not a good, but an amazing attitude. Every time you decide to do that, you impact your environment. And in doing so, you become an influence. And when you impact your environment and influence people, you basically influence the world. You are a world changer. Can you believe it? I'm so psyched. Yes, I really do hope that over the last year, the things I've shared with you have helped you to truly influence your environment and thereby influence your world. So today's celebration is not just about me, but it's so much more about you as well. Later on, I'll give a couple shout outs to a few really important people, faithful listeners who have been with me since the beginning. Again, this is Breakthrough, where I share tips, tools, and insights for life with you. Again, I'm your host, Sharon Joseph from SAJ Consulting, where I remind you that your mind is your most valuable asset and the investment that you make in yourself is your greatest investment. So today we are basically concluding the series on You Were Made to Influence. You were made to influence. This is a conclusion of a 3 week series, and it starts in your mind. I can't mention that enough. If you forget everything else I do here, or if you have forgotten most of it, I hope you remember two things. One, that your mind is your most valuable asset. And two, that the investment you make in yourself to learn, to grow, to reach other people, to talk to people who you never met on the street, when you do things like that, you are walking purposefully and you invest in yourself, and then you're able to share that with the world. Last year, when I began this broadcast, I shared a few things with you. One, I shared my story that I couldn't speak growing up. I stuttered so badly, I couldn't say my name is Sharon, and S's and W's were difficult for me to enunciate. And guess what? My name begins with Sharon. So I'll talk and I'll sound like something like this. My name is and I couldn't say Sharon, and boy was that frustrating. People would bully me. I was the bully, the person to be bullied in school. I shared that with you. I shared the many times I felt incapable of inspiring anyone because I needed inspiration myself. I shared my challenges of being abused and being ashamed of myself, feeling like if I was not worth anything, feeling broken. And I literally told God that. I said, if you are God, you will fix me because I'm broken. And I'm speaking with you today without stuttering. So I gotta tell you, he must be who he say he is, right? He is my creator. And I told him if he created me, then he can fix me. He can fix me. And he did. So I want to tell you thank you. But I also want to tell you that if you're going through a challenge like I did, that there is hope for you. Your influence lie in the challenges and the struggles that you've been through. I'll repeat that. The challenges and struggles you face in life, you can find your influence in it. If you stay in it, if you wallow in self pity and stay there, you wouldn't do that. But if you invest in yourself and realize that everything you want to do starts with a thought from your mind, if you decide in your mind that you can move beyond where you are, or get past the abuse, or get past the divorce, or get past that death, or that loss of a child, if you can start in your mind by saying, I can do this, I can move forward. If you start by saying, how can I use this loss to truly impact someone else's life? I promise you, you will move beyond it. Understand this. I shared my challenge with you because I understand in order to be transformed, I needed to be transparent. So I shared the sad and the bad times about my life with you. Transparency is what brings transformation. There's also discipline that's needed in order to bring transformation. That's where the investing in yourself comes. I invested all of the money I had as a teenager to go to a Dale Carnegie course and then to join Toastmasters, and then for over 25 years of being a Toastmaster. And I still invest in myself daily. I watch more inspirational or learning videos than I do television. That's an investment in me so I can come to you. So I'm encouraging you to don't stop investing in you. Remember that the many things in the world were deliberately created incomplete. It's waiting for you to complete it. It's waiting for you to fix it. You may be looking at this pen and it is a pen, right? There's a pen, it writes. However, it's more than a pen. It's a hand sanitizer inside a pen. So there's so many things to be still created. This is a pen hand sanitizer in one. Someone thought about this. The idea came in their mind, right? So too with your mind, ideas will come. If you doubt that things were made broken so that you can create it, look at your owner's manual in Romans 8. The entire chapter, that chapter, would tell you a lot about who you are and what are some things that you can do to truly walk purposefully and influence this world. That's what breakthrough is all about. Breakthrough, when I started, it's the same objective now. Breakthrough is about leading and living with passion and purpose. It's about deliberately influencing people with a spirit of excellence. It's not a one and done thing. No, it's about a consistent, deliberate struggle or determination to be great and excellent at what you do. It's about reaching beyond yourself, beyond your selfish needs, to impact the world and the people around you with a spirit of excellence and with yourself, with the greatness in which you were created with. So don't forget that the objective of breakthrough is still the same. My objective is to help you live purposefully and find new ways to grow and learn. That's what I'm doing. And I encourage you to do the same. Again, welcome to Breakthrough. This is a weekly conversation that goes beyond the pain and challenges we face. And I bring you my challenges so that you can use them to grow yourself and to change and be inspired and inspire someone else. Don't forget that a simple thing, just by sharing your story, you can bring hope to someone else. That's what I do. When I share my story, I use tips, tools, insights from my challenges to help you move beyond your challenges. If this is your first time joining me, thank you so very much. If this is your first time looking at my video, thank you so very much. Would you do me a huge favor and share it? Give me some likes, give me some thumbs up, give me some comments. I'm always looking for comments because I'm always looking to grow. So give me some comments, and big, big, big favor. Would you subscribe to my YouTube channel? If this video is a blessing to you, would you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Sharon A. Joseph, DTM? Simple. Now, over the last year, as I mentioned earlier, I have done 51 broadcasts, all meant to remind you that you were made with a purpose. And sometimes an example is a great tool to help you understand. I have used this example before. This is an apple, and these are apple seeds, right? We started the program, me sharing the story with you, where I only had about 8 or 9 seeds in here, because I told you that if you have seeds and you never plant it, you wouldn't get an apple. I also told you that the seeds were not meant to be eaten, they were meant to be planted. And although you may be able to count the number of seeds in an apple, you could never count the number of apple trees in one seed. Something else, I've never seen an apple eating apples. So too with you. You are not meant to just you only enjoy the things of your life. You were meant to have it and share it with others. More than that, if you planted an apple seed, you expect to get an apple. If you ever plant an apple seed and you're expecting an orange, then I think something is really wrong. So watch that, right? So too with us as individuals. Sometimes we realize in our family, wow, everyone are prodigies in music or in the arts or in business. And we think, well, they've all done that. I don't want to do that. Fact is, it could just be written in your DNA. Your purpose is written in your DNA. Apples are in the apple seed. So look around in your family and see what they're doing. See what they do really well. And then see what you like to do really well. It's really simple. People think they have to go find their purpose. You don't. Your purpose is written in your DNA. Your objective is to figure out how you can identify what it is of the many things that you have or you can do. What is the one thing that truly, truly makes you want to do it all the time or not sleep and not worry about, how much time you're spending with it? When I began last year, I started and I showed you this box. I had gotten this box, this plant from my sister-in-law, my sister-in-love, I call her, and it showed me what's supposed to be done. It showed me that from this little bud that came, I had to plant it in the pot. I hope you can see that. And then it would grow like this, and it should come to this. It should be like this, these flowers, right? The thing about that is, when I got it, after I spoke with you, I didn't do anything with it. It never grew. It never bloomed until I decided to water it. Again, that's the investment you put in yourself. So I started watering it, and look at this. The leaves are so long, I can barely look at that. I now have to put a little stick there to hold it up, right? And there's a little one sprouting up there. Eventually, if I keep watering it the way I am supposed to, hopefully I'll get this. So too with you. You are just waiting to be watered. You are just waiting to your gift, your talent, your purpose. It's waiting to be watered by you. So why don't you start investing in yourself and keep planting words, planting ideas, learn new things. And by doing so, the gifts in you will sprout out. I'm expecting that plant to bud and the flower to come out really soon. And when it does, I hope to show you. But again, the growth of that was delayed because I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to water it, but I didn't water it and nothing happened. Is it because you're where you are right now and nothing is happening because you're not watering the plan that's in you, the purpose that's within you? Think about that until you begin to water, meaning invest in you, training, development, seeking out people and mentors. We live in a world now which is just so unfortunate where most people believe that they know everything, that they don't need anyone. But can I tell you, people need people. Find someone who can mentor you. Find someone in a field that you're interested in and ask them to be your mentor. By being around them, looking at what they do and how they do, it would help you to refine your own skills and be ready to become marketable and impact and influence the world. Again, the seed of that or the bud of that plant, the bulb, was in the dirt, in the pot, but nothing was happening. Your purpose is in you. And until you do something, nothing will happen. So remember that. It's the same thing with you. Do you seem to be, I don't know, do you feel like if you're in the shadow or in the dirt without water right now? I am asking you these things to help you really think about where you are and where you want to go. Here are four keys to help you understand what your purpose or your area of influence is, or the purpose in which you were created to solve. This is how you can find it. The first one is one, to think about the problems that infuriates you. When I see things out of order, especially in business and customer service, and I look at the storefront of a business and I see it just dilapidated, and it just gets me so furious. I feel like I want to go in and shake that businessman and or woman and say, listen, you've got a good thing here. Why not make it look good and welcoming to people? Or when I don't get good customer service, I want to shake them and say, listen, don't you know that by giving good customer service, you can find your very purpose in it? I mean, it just really infuriates me when I see people just lagging and slacking and walking and operating as if they have no purpose. That infuriates me. It's like, come on, there is so much in you, in all of you. So I know that what I'm doing, that helping you understand your purpose, is my purpose because it totally infuriates me. And another thing, number two, is your purpose lie in what you naturally love to do. Many people believe that they've got to go to India or China or someplace or Africa, someplace that they don't want to go to truly accomplish their purpose. Not true. Your purpose lie in the things that you naturally love to do. Think about what you love to do. That's a clue to the problem that you were created to solve. And all of these are biblical. I promise you, if you read your owner's manual, you will understand so much more about yourself and your purpose. Number the third way in which you can understand your area of influence is to think about a thing that grieves your heart continually. Is it that's an indication of what you were called or assigned to solve. Some people may have had a miscarriage, and every time they think about it or they see a baby, they just become so broken and they just don't know what to do. They feel like overwhelmed with sorrow. Now, the fact that you're grieving about that, think about how can I help other mothers who are grieving too? That's what Mad did. You know, this lady lost her son because a drunk driver killed him, and then she formed this organization, Moms Against Drunk Driving. So, what is infuriating you? What is making you sad? What is making you grieve right now? If you delve a little deeper into that and move beyond your personal pain, I promise you, you'll find purpose. That's what I did in my speaking, in my being abused, and then still coming and sitting here in front of you and being strong and getting stronger. I got stronger because I decided to move beyond me. I decided to look beyond my grief and help other people deal with their grief. And if you try that, you'll be walking in your purpose very soon. The fourth and final one is your dominant gift or talent is a clue or indication of the problem you were created to solve. I'll repeat that. Your dominant gift or talent is the clue or the indication of the problem you were created to solve. If you if you sing well naturally, people may be teasing you. She's always singing. He's always or he's always dancing. You know, people may be teasing you about that, but can I tell you, it's okay. Take the tease and keep doing it because many people try to put you down for the things you do naturally well, not realizing, or when you don't realize that that's where your purpose lie, you may try to stifle that gift or talent. So I'm encouraging you, if you do something well and people keep talking about how well you do it, continue to do it. Don't give up because of what they said. Remember in Matthew 25:14, it talks about of the 10 talents, right? One got five, one got two, and three, and one got one, two. One got two, and one got one. The one who got five, he multiplied it. The one who got two, he multiplied it. But the one who got one, he buried it. Buried it. And guess what? Many times that's what we are doing. We feel, well, you know, I was about to say Mary, and I will say Mary because we may be thinking, well, you know, Mary has five talents and I only have one. So I want to be like Mary. And if I can't be like Mary, then I don't want to be anyone else. And that's crazy because you are you and you could never be Mary. Many times we get buried in trying to be someone else, or we become so concerned about what other people think that we don't accomplish our own purpose. As a matter of fact, I'm sharing that with you, and I'm challenging myself this week to make more videos because I'm always concerned about making sure I look just right and the lighting and the camera and everything else versus just doing it. And why do I do that? Because I'm concerned about the way I look, but I'm also concerned about the how people perceive me. Your objective is not to let how people perceive you hold you back from accomplishing your purpose. I hope you get that. If you're lazy with the talents you have, you'd lose it. Your talents are like a muscle. And if you don't use your muscles, they become atrophy and you lose them. So be mindful of that. Okay, so with the story of the talents, it occurred to me that we all have been entrusted with some talent, some ability. And we don't look, if we don't look at others' ability and we if we oh no no if we look at others' ability and we dig a hole and bury ours, then we lose it eventually. If we keep looking at other people's ability and not focus on ours to refine ours, we will eventually lose ours. So one of the servants in that passage in that passage said he didn't do anything with it. Why? Because he was afraid. Many times we are afraid, we allow fear to hold us back from accomplishing our purpose. The funny thing is, in that same scripture, he was called wicked and lazy. And I keep wondering, and when I read these things, I wonder about them, right? Because wicked and lazy. Why wicked, I wondered? Because other people are depending on us. It's wicked if we have something, let's say, to feed the poor and we hold it back from them, right? It's also wicked because when we have a talent and we don't use it, that could be the very talent that we need to earn money to be able to feed the poor. People are deliberately waiting on you, that business you've been wanting to start. Employees are waiting for you to start that business so that they can be employed. Children are waiting to be fed. Other men are waiting to move from where they are to another level because you stepped up and be a man and did something about your challenging situation. So yes, that's why I think they called them wicked. And then lazy because he refused to invest the necessary time, effort, and resources in learning or becoming who he was created to be. Finally, whatever you do, as you purposefully walk in your area of influence, I encourage you to do this one thing. Many years ago, I was asked in a public speaking event to give a quote that would last a lifetime, and I'm still using it because in that quote I said, "When you're green, you grow, and when you're ripe, you rot." Consider this banana. Up here is green, so it still has a little bit of time to grow, right? When you're green, there's time to grow. However, when you're ripe or overripe, you look like this, and again, it's gonna get rotten soon. So if you don't stay green, if you don't stay green, meaning I know you're wondering what does she mean by green? Yeah, if you don't stay green by continuously learning, continuously growing, if you don't stay green as you walk in your purpose and influence the world, and learn new, search for new knowledge, invest in yourself more, seek greater understanding, reach a different culture, a different people. Even when you think you know, act like you don't know so that you can learn a different perspective, because it's in the many different perspectives you have that truly makes you wealthy. Think about it. I have friends from around the world. I have very close relationships with many different cultures. I learned, for example, a simple thing. In the English or British culture, when you're eating, you eat and you always leave some food on the plate for manners. In the Italian culture, I dated this Italian guy and we went out to dinner, and he said, no, no, no. In the Italian culture, you use the bread to wipe the sauce off the plate. You don't leave anything back. I would not have known that if I didn't reach beyond myself, reach outside of my culture. So I'm encouraging you to reach beyond your culture, reach beyond who you are. Be curious. The Bible tells us about being childlike in our curiosity. And there's a reason for that, because when you're childlike, you're like, you don't know, you want to know, and you're curious and you're continually learning and growing, right? So if you continually do that and then continually invest in yourself, knowing that your mind, again, it comes back to the mind. I would not stop talking about this because that's where every great idea begins, right? But I'm just so passionate about this because I know that it takes one idea that's implemented and executed to truly transform your life and my life. So remember that every good thing starts in your mind. Every good idea starts in your mind, and that if you invest in yourself, you're making the greatest investment because it will last for eternity. As we close, may I say a prayer for you? Father, thank you. Thank you for your faithfulness. Thank you for your directions and inspiration. When I wanted to stop, or when I felt like no one was watching this program or benefiting from it, you said keep going. When I cried my eyes out just before a program began, you allowed me to move forward. And the audience, the comments, the likes, they kept me going. And I want to say thank you because despite crying, you allowed me to shine just a few minutes after. I don't know how you do it all the time, but you do. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for the many people who have supported me in one way or another, like Pat and Eloise and Anna and Delta and Robert, my family, Doctors Festus and Antonia, and the ALCC family. I mean, so many people have truly impacted my life in so many ways. And Lord, I'm saying thank you. Thank you for the many people who share and will share this broadcast. May you bring life, may you bring peace to their life, and may you help them with destiny helpers as you're helping me even right now with having Mary Dolazak here. Thank you, oh God, for the many people in my new community of Connellsville, Pennsylvania. Thank you also for allowing me to be here and share your good news with this audience. I'm so very grateful. Thank you for talking to us and taking us on our next level. We are so grateful, oh God. Thank you, Father. And we ask all of these things in Jesus' name. Until next Sunday at 7 p.m., when I'll share more breakthrough tips, tools, and insights with you, I encourage you to go influence and impact your world.